Hi, Theo here. I know I sometimes speak too fast, so if you'd like to put subtitles on, here's the information you need. Just pause the video now.
Theo's simple guide to the woefully Sesquipedalian nomenclature, frequently concomitant with empirical elucidation of biological phenomena.
Hi, I'm Theo, and I'm a bacterium. That's quite a long word for something as small as me. Don't get me wrong, I like a good long word as much as the next microorganism. But it seems as if scientists like them even more. In this series, I'm looking at some long sciencey words and seeing if we can figure out what they mean.
And today's word is...
Help me out here, Heidi.
Chromosome.
What do you think it means? Maybe it's A.
A bundle of DNA.
B.
Part of the eye for seeing in colour.
Or C.
An internet browser or some such. Well, it's all Greek to me. Let's chop the word in half first to see if that helps. Chroma in Greek means colour. Soma in Greek means body. So it's a colour body. That doesn't help us much. I mean, it could be something about seeing in colour, but that doesn't really seem right. Let's look at some history. Now, you know I love long sciencey words. But if anything, I love long German names even more. And one of my all-time favourites has to be Heinrich Wilhelm Gottfried von Waldeyer-Hartz. Like a lot of other scientists in the 19th century, he liked looking at cells under a microscope, and he would add chemicals that stained parts of the cells different colours, so that he could try and work out what the different parts were, and how they worked together to help the cells divide and grow. Other people had seen blobs inside the cells that separated and moved when the cells divided, and Waldeyer-Hartz decided to call them chromosomes. Small bodies that were coloured by the chemicals he was using. But nobody really found out what they did until much later. We now know that each chromosome is a long strand of DNA, which contains the information for building us and keeping us alive. It's what makes you look like your parents. Like most bacteria, I only have one single chromosome. It joins up in a loop and has all the DNA I need. You, on the other hand, have a lot more than me. Most people have 23 pairs of chromosomes, so that's 46 altogether in each cell. And yours are a bit fancier than mine too, with all sorts of different bits added to keep the DNA wrapped up in a bundle so it's properly organised and protected. Now, each time one of your cells divides into two, all the chromosomes have to be copied and sorted equally between the two new cells. I said earlier that most people have 23 pairs. But not everyone does. There are some people with different numbers of chromosomes because something a bit different happens when they start life as one cell. For example, people with Down syndrome have a bonus third copy of chromosome number 21. My friend Heidi has Down syndrome, and she's here to tell me a bit about what that's like.
I love that. Hi, I'm Heidi Carter. I'm 23 years old, and I happen to have an extra chromosome.
Okay. I've only got one chromosome. Most people have 46, which seems like a lot to me. But what's it like having 47?
Ooh, it was awesome. It's good to be different.
Does it give you superpowers?
I do have one superpower. Birthdays. If you could say a famous person, for example, Tom Cruise, I can say their birthday.
Ooh, okay. When's Harry Styles' birthday?
The 1st of February.
What's the hardest thing about having an extra chromosome?
Ooh. Having people stare at you. I do get a bit upset, but I just walk on by.
What's the best thing about having an extra chromosome?
Ooh, so I can educate people on the chromosome. It feels amazing. It feels awesome.
Well, I've loved this, Heidi. Thank you so much for talking to me.
No problem.
See you soon. So there we are. Carefully wrapped up bundles of DNA are copied and passed down to you from your parents. They tell each of your cells how to stay alive and grow. and they're called chromosomes. I hope you've enjoyed learning a new word. Please don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about this series. If you can think of a nice long sciencey word you'd like us to look at together, leave a comment below, message me on my Facebook page, or send me an email. All the details are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.